are doing this business, we are opening this shop, and one very important aim while communicating our services is that the people actually don't like what we are doing.
It's like trying to do something that you criticize, and then that becomes your art. We were studying together, and then we finished our studies, and afterwards there was this question of how do we want to continue working, and in which field and how. And since we were already quite interested on the field of arts, but also an interdisciplinary approach, doing collaborative work, not just individual, so we said, okay, it would be cool to call some people and see if we can develop something.
Frida and me, we had this idea, let's start something, let's work together. Everyone reacted like, yeah, cool, let's do that. So we met in a bar.
I just knew Frida. I knew David because I was doing exchange in the same program where he was studying at.
And it was really easy. Since day one, we had the name, right?
Frida and me sort of, okay, how to start this, and we somehow found this Transeuropa call where the topic was how to want to work in the future, and we put it on the table and said, well, at least there is something, so maybe we can start with this and meet and think about if we, because it's a good start for the group to think about how to want to work. So let's just see, maybe we come to something, but it's not so much about the application, let's just see if we come up with something. And yeah, actually that was the first application we did together. And it's the second project now.
And it was a process as well. It changed, the concept changed until we had the idea, okay, let's do a company. And I remember how Konstantin said, I have the name for it, it's Hobby Horse. Everyone would say it makes more sense for us to open a business in Berlin or in Rome or in the big cities, but we are interested also in making these small cities grow and be as productive as big cities with our services, and then they can also be on the map.
Und Sie können jetzt gerne auch hier rüberkommen. Der Shop wird jetzt ganz offiziell eingeweiht.
The bumper was that when I was being so successful, my family and friends would complain that I was not spending enough time with them, that I was not going to birthday parties, that I was not committing to my friend's sorrows when she had a boyfriend issue, whatever. I was on Facebook, I was only putting meetings and stuff like that, and people were saying what's wrong with you, Frida? Think outside the box, but furthermore, think beyond the box, And then I was like, okay, I need to think beyond the box, and I will. So I need to outsource my free time. Someone needs to do that for me. I looked for this business, and I was Googling it, doing deep research, and I couldn't find it anywhere around the globe. So I said, this is a great business opportunity. I need to do it. And so that's how Hobby Horse came about.
Your work is to fill the free time life of a person who doesn't want to have it. For example, a person who only wants to work and work and work and work, but he needs for the society a free time life. Is that?
We couldn't have said it better.
If I don't have time for my hobby, do you help me to find the time, or do you do this hobby for me? Because you said that it's not pretending.
Yeah, sorry if I wasn't clear. To be perfectly clear, we do your hobby for you.
It's important that people don't like our services, and it's very hard to get them in the conversation that they don't go away and it's gone, but that they have this experience you trigger with being nice, and then on the other hand it's very important that they absolutely don't like what we are doing, or at least questioning it.
This week we have, because we're opening business here in Hildesheim, we have our vouchers for a free hobby tailoring. You can come, like we open tomorrow, and we're more than happy to have you here, and then we can go through your specific issue.
I think it's important to understand the context of this project. It's a performance festival, the topic is label, and then we decided to have a shop which is in a private, but next to a square, which is in a square. So there are many intersections that are really complex in this project.
Even if it's not seen from inside, it's seen as a passerby, you know, because it is on the city. And it affects the narrative of the city, the feeling of the city, even if it's a little thing, but every little thing is the city.
And so I also find this DIY thing very interesting in how it enters the commercial sphere by these pop-up shops, and also what we have done. I mean, this is, you see a lot that this DIY, it's very easy, you can create the stuff, zack, 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 zack. And then it's there and you can make money of it. But what would you do when you do the DIY in the public and you don't plan to make money out of this space or so?
And then you have a couple that comes after seeing the article in the newspaper and asking, is this real? Because I'm really worried that this is the future of my children. So we are really entering into another space, and we are touching the emotional strings, you know, the people's life.
Sometimes we get like to know where it's going, what the people are discussing, what they hate about it, if they believe it, what's good. But I think there are a lot of things we don't know. We don't know what influence it has in many, many layers. They allowed hobby horse to appear as sponsors in the program. That was a huge step. Do thank Transeuropa for this.
This house that is crazy big and beautiful, and there is so much space, and there is so many rooms where you can open doors, and they are all empty. And all these people that run around here, and this crazy amount of work that is present, it's very beautiful, and so many things happen.